The Sermon on the Mount, found in Matthew chapters 5 to 7, is one of Jesus Christ's most profound teachings, encapsulating principles for righteous living and the character of the kingdom of heaven. It begins with the Beatitudes, blessings that redefine true happiness and the values of God's kingdom. The Beatitudes. Jesus ascends a mountainside and addresses his disciples, proclaiming blessings upon the poor in spirit, the meek, those who hunger for righteousness, the merciful, the pure in heart, the peacemakers, and those persecuted for his sake. These blessings promise eternal rewards in the kingdom of heaven. Salt and light. Jesus calls his followers the salt of the earth and the light of the world, urging them to influence and illuminate their surroundings by their good deeds. Glorifying God. Fulfillment of the law. He declares that he has come not to abolish the law but to fulfill it, emphasizing a righteousness that exceeds that of the scribes and Pharisees. Deepening the law's meaning. Jesus expands on the commandments, addressing anger, lust, divorce, oaths, retaliation, and love for enemies. He challenges his listeners to embody the spirit, not just the letter of the law, calling them to perfect love and forgiveness. Practicing righteousness. He warns against hypocritical displays of piety, teaching about humility in giving, prayer, and fasting. He introduces the Lord's Prayer, a model for simple, heartfelt communication with God. Treasures in heaven. Jesus teaches about the futility of earthly treasures and the importance of storing up eternal treasures, where one's heart will truly belong. He stresses undivided devotion to God, warning against serving both God and wealth. Trust in God. He urges his listeners not to worry about their needs, assuring them of God's provision and reminding them to seek first his kingdom and righteousness. Judging others. Jesus cautions against judgmental attitudes, using the metaphor of removing a log from one's eye before addressing a speck in another's. Asking, seeking, knocking. He encourages persistence in prayer, assuring that God, like a loving Father, gives good gifts to those who ask. He summarizes the law in the Golden Rule. Do to others what you would have them do to you. The narrow and wide gates. Jesus warns of the narrow gate that leads to life and the wide path leading to destruction, emphasizing the need for deliberate choice. True and false prophets. He cautions against false teachers, explaining that their true nature will be evident by their fruit, actions reflecting their hearts. The wise and foolish builders. Jesus concludes by comparing those who hear and obey his words to a wise builder who constructs his house on a rock, withstanding storms. Conversely, those who ignore his teachings are likened to a foolish builder whose house collapses.